Hello, good morning students. This is Professor Ram Guge and today we are going to discuss what are the prepositions in English language and what is its use in the sentences. So in my first lecture, as per the MSBT syllabus, we discussed everything else about articles, and in the second lecture we are going to talk about prepositions. So let's begin with the lecture now. So first of all, this preposition means what? We need to understand that, and once we get clarity about it, we can proceed further to understand in detail what exactly preposition is and how it functions while making different sentences. So prepositions, where do they go in a sentence? That is what the crux of the matter. We need to understand exactly where we can utilize preposition for making sentences. So let us try to understand what exactly preposition is. One of the essential categories of words. It is very important. We have 8 parts of speech, and out of those 8, this is one of the essential category. The trickiest part in English language grammar, limited in number. This is one of the trickiest part, which means if you don't have clearer understanding about this, then it might be possible that you commit some mistakes while using it in a sentences. About 150 prepositions are in English language. There are 150 and more than that, but we need to understand the major one as far as our syllabus and MSBT scope of the syllabus is concerned. Needs deliberate effort to learn the usage of prepositions, especially for non-native speakers. So we as an Indian, we all are non-native speakers of English language. Therefore, it is essential for us to pay careful attention while understanding its meaning and its usage in different kind of sentences, right? So let's move forward now. Definition of preposition. Wren and Martin, the world famous book of English grammar, defines preposition as it is a word placed before a noun or a pronoun to show in what relation the person or thing denoted by it stand in regard to something else, right? So it shows the relation between noun and pronoun. Through preposition we can understand that the word preposition means that which is placed before. I will give you one example to make you clear how important it is in the sentences. For example, if I say the duster is on the table, now this is the sentence, this is complete sentence. Here I have used the preposition on, right? So on preposition indicate where exactly the duster is, the relation between the duster, table, and the place exactly where it is located. And if you remove the on preposition from this sentence, then what it becomes? The duster is the table. So here we can understand the meaning got entirely changed if we remove the preposition from the sentence. Therefore, it is very important for us to understand clearly how it used in the sentences to make you sure. So let's move forward to understand in detail what exactly preposition is. So there are different kinds of preposition, different kinds of relationship shown through prepositions, right? We have place or location indicate the preposition which shows or indicate location or place. Again, we have time preposition. We have agency and instrumentality, which means by what agency we are doing something or what instrument we are using for doing something. So that also shown by the preposition. Then we have manner preposition, then cause, reason, and purpose preposition, possession preposition, measure, rate, standard, and value preposition. Then 8 number contrast and concession preposition, and the final one is inference, source, and origin preposition. So these are the types, 9 types of preposition. So let us understand one by one now. Place and location. These are the preposition used to indicate where something is placed or located. This kind of relationship can be positive or negative. For example, in, above, inside, and in front of are the examples of positive prepositions, and out, below, outside, and behind are the examples of negative preposition. We can understand this with the reference to the examples given below. The first example is Sita is playing on the ground. Now where she is playing, if you ask this question, you will get the preposition that she is playing on the ground. So on is a place preposition here. What are you doing inside the room? So inside is the preposition which shows the exactly location of the sentence, right? Deepak falls among the flowers. Among also shows place, where exactly Deepak falls. The ball is on the table. Again, on is showing place here in this sentence. The mouse is on the table. So on again is showing the place, right? Time preposition. These prepositions are used to show the time of an action or event. So examples are given below. We will try to understand with the help of these examples what are the time preposition and how they can be used in the sentences. He came at 6 o'clock. So at here indicating a specific time. So we want to say something, talk something about specific time in English. So we have to use in that case at preposition. Wait till tomorrow. Here till preposition is also showing time. That means that you have to wait till, means up to that we have to wait, right? He is studying for many years. For also period of time, indicating period of time in the sentence. You have to be present for the ceremony on time. On time means which is given time. You have to present in given time for the occasion or ceremony. She will come in the next month, next week, right? Here next week is a time and in means within that period of time. So these all preposition, we have seen that this preposition can be used for indicating time in the sentences, and that's why these prepositions are called time preposition. Now agency and instrumentality. Some prepositions are used to indicate agent or the means used for particular action. It is the relationship of accompaniment. So this agency and instrumentality we can try to understand through given example below. The first example is the parcel came by the post. How the parcel came? If you ask this question, you will get the preposition by post. So by is agency here, right? So this preposition is called agency. His house was destroyed by the fire. Even again, this is not agency, but this is instrument, or we can say by fire, right? Please cut the cake with the knife. So here with indicate instrumentality, which means which instrument we use for cutting the cake, right? Kill the snake with that iron rod. Okay, so here again same instrumentality. Next, manner. How something happened, that indicate through the preposition. That preposition is called manner, right? It is also called as a method or manner used for the action. The relation of manner and agency and instrumentality overlaps each other. Sometimes it creates confusion, but if you have conscious mind to understand everything else and pay little attention over the things, then it will get better to understand each and everything else, right? There is a slight, very thin line between instrumentality, manner, and again that agency. So let us try to understand with the help of these examples. The soldier fought with courage till their last breath. So this sentence indicate how that soldier fought, right, against the enemy. Fought with courage. So courage come under the category of manner, right? The fight of the soldier indicating in which manner he fought against the enemy, and that's why this preposition is considered as with. With is manner preposition here in this sentence. He is working with earnestness. Earnestness means with full of potential, right? So in which manner he was working? If you ask this question, you get the answer. This is a manner preposition. Again, the old man is dying by inches, right? Which means dying by slowly and slowly, right? By inches. So this also indicate in which manner that old man was dying, right? The next one is cause, reason, and purpose. There are some prepositions which are used to express motive behind something. The cause might be material cause or psychological cause of happening. Now let us try to understand with the help of example given here. He trembled with fear, right? Tremble means he had fear, right? With fear, he is full of fear, the meaning of this sentence. So this is what we can say, cause, reason and purpose. She died of fever, right? This is a cause. Fever was the cause and she died of preposition is showing her cause, why she died. Mahatma Gandhi ji fought for freedom. Purpose, here the preposition is purpose, right? So this cause, reason and purpose we understood now. And the last, no, sixth one is possession, ownership of something else. So preposition also can indicate ownership of something else. Some prepositions are used to show ownership or possession of someone or something or someone or something, right? Examples are given there, so we will discuss one by one. Delhi is the capital of India. Now India is a country where Delhi is a capital of India. So ownership of India's Delhi capital, right? So this relationship of possession or ownership is showing by the word of, and that of preposition come under the category of possession. I saw an actress with white hair. Now with indicating the white hair, which is private property of that actress, right? And that's why it indicates ownership here. He is a man of principles, the person who has good principles in life. So that is his personal attribute of his personality, and that's why of indicating his personal traits, and that's why it's possession. Next one, the 7 number, we will try to understand measure, rate, standard and value. There are some prepositions which are used to indicate measurement, rate, standard and value. The bank charges interest at 9%. Now measure. Adventurous story must be taken at what they are worth, right? So this is also the value and measure. Radha is taller than me by 2 inches. Again measure, right? The next one, contrast and concession. Contrast and concession can be shown through some prepositions. Examples are given there. We will try to understand with the help of these examples what are the contrast and concession prepositions. The teacher admires him in spite of his faults. So in spite of, it is actually prepositional phrase, but in spite of, which means except his faults, teacher admires, which means congratulate him, right? So except means minus his fault. The member of the assembly has 100 friends for his one enemy. So here we can say contrast between two things, and that contrast is showing by for preposition. For all, in spite of his wealth, he is not content. So here again we are seeing contrast, right? So this is the 8th one, and the last one, inference, source and origin, means where something has started. Some prepositions are used to indicate source or origin of someone or something. Now examples are given below. We will try to understand through the examples. I borrowed the book from the college library. The source of the book, right? So from library. So from indicating source, origin, exactly. He comes from Australia. So here again we are trying to understand where exactly he is from, the origin of this person. He is from Australia. She developed her skills from practice. So from source, exactly from where she has developed her skills. So from practice. So these are the total 9 types of preposition. Now we are going into detail, understand what kind of different again the prepositions are in the English language. Preposition are of 5 different kinds. So let us try to understand these 5 different kinds. Simple preposition, which means with come in, on and at and all those are simple preposition. Compound preposition, between, among and all, these are compound preposition. Double preposition, out of and all that, into double preposition. Participle prepositions, even this is a little bit longer than the on and at and all those things. And the last one, phrase preposition, in spite of, out of, in spite of and all those prepositional phrase, right? So these are the types of preposition. Simple preposition. Simple prepositions are words like in, on, at, about, over, under, of, for, to, etc. She sat on the sofa. So here on is a simple preposition, right? Next, compound preposition. Compound prepositions are words like without, within, inside, outside, into, beneath, below, behind, and between, right? He fell into the river. When there is a movement from outside to inside, and to indicate that movement we say into, right? So he fell into the river. When we want to show actual movement, at that time we have to use this compound preposition into. See, she sat between her kids. So between means when there is something between two things, right? So at that time we say between. He sat beside her. Beside means next to her, right? There is nothing inside the jar. So inside means when there is an enclosed space and when something is inside, so at that time we use this preposition inside. The teacher stood behind the desk. Behind means exactly the back side of you, that is called behind, right? The boy ran across the road. Across means from this side to that side. So that for that situation we use the word across. So these are the compound preposition. Now double preposition and participle prepositions. Double prepositions, let us try to understand what exactly it means. Double prepositions are words like outside of, out of, from behind, from beneath, etc. Sunday, suddenly he emerged from behind the curtain. Suddenly he emerged from behind the curtain, which means all of a sudden he comes in front of the people from behind the curtain. So behind here is a double preposition. He walked out of the compound. Out of means from inside the compound to outside the compound. So that relation we show through this compound or double preposition. Participle preposition. A participle preposition is a participle, an, ed or ing verb that function as a preposition. Participle preposition are words like concerning, notwithstanding, pending, considering. So these are the participle preposition. There was little chance of success. Notwithstanding, they decided to go ahead, which means there was a little possibility to get success, even though they decided to go ahead with that. So notwithstanding means even after knowing that there is less scope, which the success possibility is very less, still they prepare to go ahead. So that indicate with this word notwithstanding. And the second one, you did the job well considering your age and experience. Considering means taking into consideration, right? So these are the all types of preposition. Now the last category, phrase preposition. Phrase prepositions are phrases like because of, by means of, with regard to, on behalf of, instead of, on account of, in opposition to, for the sake of, etc. I am standing here on behalf of my friends. Okay, so on behalf of means on you are performing duty with absent of somebody else, right? So that on behalf of somebody else you are doing something. The match was cancelled because of the rain, because of, right? Due to rain, right? He succeeded by means of perseverance. Perseverance means consistency. By means of means having patience, right? Preposition and adverbs. There are some words which can be used both as preposition and as adverbs. If a word is used as a preposition, it will have a noun or pronoun as its object. Adverbs, on the other hand, do not have objects. They are used to modify a verb or adjective or another adverb. So now compare this. She sat in the armchair. In armchair, okay, here in is a modifying the armchair. Okay, this one is we will you can go through all the example. You will understand what are these preposition. The video is going too long, so I will cover what is the required topic of the MSBT, right? So next one is list of frequently used preposition: on, in, among, to, for, behind, about, beside, inside, towards, above, at, under, through, with, in front of, from, beside, outside, over, between, below, across, by, before, since, of, upon. So these are frequently used preposition in English language. We must have two understand the function of all these preposition, right? So let us try to understand one by one in detail. So how on can be used as a place preposition in the sentences? The following are the usage of the preposition on with reference to time as well as place. So let us see the example. First one, before days and dates. So when we are talking about days of the week, we say on Monday, on Saturday, on when we are talking about a date, month and year, then we say on 22nd of this month, on 22nd January 2021, on coming Sunday, on the Christmas day, on Diwali day, on Independence Day. So on can be used like this in front of the date. Second example we can see here, things at rest or surface or on anything flat. So now this is place preposition. So when there is something on some other thing and the surface of both the things touching with each other, in that case we use the on preposition. So on the table, on third floor, on the door, on the wall, on the blackboard, on the desk, on the stove, on the side, on the left side, on the right side. For a public transport we can say on the bus, on the plane, but in especially in Maharashtra people say in the bus or in the plane, but rather than as we have to say on the bus or on the plane, which means grammatically it will be correct. For television and radio it can be used on the TV, on the radio, but not over the TV. Above preposition, the following are the usage of the preposition above. Means higher than someone or something but not exactly above something or someone. Example, you can see the bridge is above the building. The bridge is above the building but not exactly above the building. Above means from upside but not exactly over something else, right? Second example, the plane is above my head. I am standing here, the plane is at upside but not exactly on my head, over my head. So that in that situation we use the preposition above, right? The next one, over. Over, the following are the usage of the preposition over. Means higher than someone or something but exactly above something or someone. The calendar is over the table. Over means exactly ऊपर की तरफ but exactly over your head, right? The plane is over my head. The fan is over the teapot. So exactly when something is over, in that situation we use the preposition over. Covered by something else. When we now I am wearing this blazer, right? So I can say put a jacket over your shirt, put a blazer over your shirt. So when wearing something, when covering our body with some clothes, so in that case we use the preposition over. Overcoming an obstacles, climbing over the fence, overcoming difficulties, meaning more than over 16 years, over the limit, right? So these are the some usage. Now upon. Upon is the preposition. Upon is used when something or someone is in motion, right? When something is going on. The dog jumped upon the table, which means he was trying to jump from the downside to upside, right? So upon the table there is a movement. He sat upon the horse, so there is a movement. It indicates someone or something is elevated position. He smiled upon seeing his mother. It indicates action and contact with, right? So these are the usage of upon. Now the next one we can see in this picture, above and over difference. Over means they exactly over your head, and above means from upside but not exactly over. So that is the difference between these two. At. The following are the usage of the preposition at. Denotes a definite point of time but can also be used for indefinite periods. So it can be used for definite time and also indefinite period. At 7 p.m, at this moment, at midnight, at the end of the class, and definite periods, right? At night, at dawn, at Durga Puja, Diwali, indefinite period. This is indefinite period, right? The second one is idea of exact point, therefore used with houses, villages, small towns. At Chakan, at Moti Bagh, at the end of the road, for night, at night also. So these are the usage of at. Again continue. For weekend we say at the weekend, meaning next to or by an object. At the temple, at the door, at the station, 6 number for events, also we use at the concert, at the party. 7 number place where you are to do something typical, at the cinema, at the school. And 8 number for age, also we use the preposition at. He studied French at 14. And 9 number, it has usually the idea of aim. He threw the stone at the dog. He threw the ball at the child, right? And the last one, at is used with the following figuratively: aim at, point at, smile at, laugh at, look at, and throw at. So these are the usage of at preposition. Now in, the following are the usage of the preposition in with parts of a day: in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. So parts of the day we can talk about in the by using preposition in. Before months, seasons, and years: in the morning, in the September, in 2016, in winter. So like that, season, year, month, we can speak in the by using in preposition. Third one, used with the future tense to show the period in which action will happen: in a week, in 2 hours. Fourth number, with the larger area, means speaking of a bigger towns, states, and countries: in England, in New Delhi, in India, in Maharashtra. So these with location, bigger location, we can talk about by using in preposition. Entering in the car or taxi: get in the car, picture, world, etc. In the picture, in the world, book, paper, etc. In the book, in the paper, room, building, street, etc. In the kitchen, in the paradise residency, in the east street. So that is how we can use in preposition. Now we will see the difference between among and between, right? So between, it is used when something or someone is in the middle of something or someone. For example, B is between A and C, right? And the second example, he sat between Ram and Rahim. And C, third example is dive this between both of you. So between means when something is placed between two things. There is two things, from one is from right side and the other one is from left side, and that person is doing something in between. So that situation we can describe by using the preposition between. Among, it is used when something or someone is among more than two. So when something is surrounded by many things, so for that we use the preposition among. He stood among the bushes. Ganesh stood among the friends. Distribute the papers among the students. Divide this banana among all of you. Among means surrounded by all other things. Now you can see the picturized presentation of between and among. Between means two people, and among there are many people, and that one person is surrounded by all of these people. The next one, below and under. Below, used when something or someone is lower than something or someone else. The road is below the window, right? Exactly. The garden is below the building. So something is below but not exactly under of something else, right? And under is when someone is exactly under something or someone. The dog is under the table, which means the dog is sitting exactly under the table. The book is under the cupboard. She kept the keys under the pillow. So these are the example. Now since and from. Since can be used. This preposition marks the point of the time at which an action began and still the action is going on. Therefore it is used with perfect continuous tense. Example we can see here. She has been teaching in the college since 2006 and we have been waiting for you since 2 p.m. So these two examples indicate that since preposition can be used to talk about the starting point of time, when the action exactly start, and that starting point, if we want to mention in the sentence, we have to use the preposition since. Then from, it is used when the starting point of an action and that action is continued. The examination will be held from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. They will be interviewed from Monday to Saturday, from starting point till the ongoing time. So this is how we use since and for. Beside and beside, right? Beside and beside. Besides means now we will understand first the beside without s. Next to or by the side of. Next to or by the side of something or someone. I stood beside the police inspector. He was seen beside the dead body. Beside means standing or sitting at the side of somebody else. So that is for that we use the preposition beside. The next one is beside with yes, means in addition to. If you want to provide additional information of somebody else along with all other necessary information, in that case we can use the preposition besides. Besides all these books, I need two more reference books. Besides means addition to all these books, right? Besides, he needs my help for the completion of his project. So he has done everything else, or in addition to that he needs my help also. So note, yeah, there is a note, we need to understand that as a linking adverb we usually put a comma before and after besides in writing. I don't think going for a walk is a good idea. It's quite cold, and besides it's getting late and we don't want to be out in the dark. So you can see here, when we write something we put comma in front of the beside. Through and across, through something with limits top, bottom and sides, right? I drove the car through the tunnel, bore a hole through this board. So through preposition can be used to talk about when we are going through something else, right? We travel through tunnel, which means we go through the tunnel, right? The next one is across, getting to the other side, from one side to the opposite. It's very simple. If there is a road and you are crossing the road, you can see I have walked across the road. So across means from this side to that side, right? So example here, he ran across the bridge, he swam across the river, walked across the road. So these are the example. Now behind, in front of, before and opposite. Example, he is behind me. Behind means exactly at the back side of you. That for that we use the behind word. The canteen is behind the main building. So behind means at the back side of you. He sat in front of me. In front of means he is standing or sitting in front of you. Now in this picture A and C is standing in that position. The library is in front of the mall. In front of means exactly at the front side, right? It took place before. He stood before me. Before also indicates same as in front of, right? It took place before 2000, right? So the here time preposition. A is opposite to C. A is opposite. In this picture we can see they both facing each other like this, and that's why opposite to C. B is behind A. Now in this picture B is sitting behind A. To and towards. The preposition to has the following usage. It has the sense of destination, movement to person or building, movement to place or country. It indicates the direction. To can be used to show the direction in the sentence. He came to me for the medicine. To means the direction, in that direction. We will go to the cinema. To indicate direction here. My sister will go to Scotland. Children have to go to bed, right? Marking a beginning and end of the time of an action. If we want to finish time of an action, then we use it is from August 2014 to December 2014. To is end of some action. So to can be used here as a time preposition to conclude or end some action, right? The interview will be taken from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So to indicating the ending time. The two words, it has the sense of direction. Sense of direction means in which direction somebody is or something is going on. The doctors went towards the site of accident immediately. So went towards, it means that in that direction where exactly that accident take place. Go 5 meters towards to building. So in that direction. Next one, about. The following are the usage of the preposition about. A, nearness of some kind. For example, she is about to leave. Leave about means not confirm yet, but 90% she is going to leave now. The president is about to call, not exactly he's calling, but he's thinking to call. 90% possibility. Concerning He told us about his experience. I need to know about his character. So these are the usage of about. Let's play a game, and we will play game that in the class. Here we don't have that much time already. I have spent 35 minutes. So I will go to the next slide where we will see exactly the pictorial forms of preposition. Here we can see the picture and the place which is indicating through that red ball. So inside means like that, on means this one, second one, third one is at, closer to somebody else, fourth one is near, which is also indicating side but close, under exactly, below something, over exactly but not touching with each other. So you can see this picture and try to understand each and every preposition and its function in the sentences, and in what location and what place these prepositions are indicating in the sentences. Verbs and prepositions. So this is not part of our syllabus. We will discuss that later in the class. So we will continue with the last one. These are the web links which we can watch some videos on preposition on YouTube and try to understand. For your better understanding, it is necessary for you use multiple resources for understanding each and every part of grammar. Studying and using proper preposition needs a practice as well as reading. And thank you so much for this cooperation. And if you have any query, you can ask me in the below comment box. I will try to reply for your each and every comment. And thank you so much. This is the second lecture of MSBT syllabus, applied grammar unit number 1 and topic number 2, preposition. We will make the third video within 2 days. That will be based on conjunction, the usage of conjunction in the sentences. Till then, bye bye, have a nice day. Thank you so much.